Today we'll be talking about how expressing yourself openly in society can cause nervousness and anxiety. Just me making this video has caused me tremendous anxiety and nervousness, and I've been putting it off for a little while just because I feared making this video. So for today we will talk about why we fear criticism and how we are going to overcome this. Putting up these kinds of videos or expressing yourself in society takes a lot of confidence and bravery, because not everyone is going to look upon your ideas positively. The world of social media can be a devastating place. People call you out on things that you don't even notice yourself. And why? They have their own insecurities, their own fears, and their own anxieties. Most people fear doing anything near what you are doing when you put yourself out there, when you are vulnerable. And they wish they could be doing something to your extent, maybe not consciously, but subconsciously. So when you do something, such as making a video, and they wish that they had the bravery to do so, they look for flaws in what you're doing, because it makes them feel better about them not doing it. So because of these individuals, among others, anxiety and nervousness obviously sets in. And you may even get stuck in a loop about running through what your family and friends might say or might think about what you're doing, because you care about what they think about your beliefs and your values. Caring about what people think is a huge obstacle to overcome. It's not simple and it's not easy to deal with. It's in our nature to care about what other people think about us, especially the people that we care about the most. This has been evident since birth. When you would do something as a child to push the boundaries, you would look to your mother, father, or your guardian for a response. For example, meeting somebody new or eating the last chocolate chip cookie. You would look to them for approval or disapproval. These people you look to, your parents, your guardian, your friends, are also the people that help us form an illusion of identity. In life, you never see your own face, only in reflections, mirrors, or pictures. Because other people are the only ones to see us from a physical sense, we have this unconscious belief that they're the only ones that can truly understand who we are because they see our physical body. Thus, we try to analyze every word that they say, or a comment about our personality or who we are, so that we can form an identity of ourselves. This develops our ego. This is where people have to be very careful about what they say to others, especially to children. Negativity can have a detrimental and life-lasting impact on a person's psyche. For example, you're teaching your child math equations, and they keep getting the wrong answer, and you get frustrated and say things like, "You'll never get this right. You're hopeless." You're giving the child the sense that they're a failure and that they're disappointing you. This can be one of the reasons why people develop a pessimistic attitude towards life and have a lack of motivation in life. Because if they think that they're always going to fail, like you said with their math equations, then why would they keep trying? Instead, you could say, "Try it this way," or "This might be easier for you," or let them learn on their own and say, "You will learn eventually, just don't give up." This gives us a sense of hope. This is motivating for us as humans to do better, to be better, and to never give up. Please be attentive to what you're saying, because your words have a lifelong impact. On the other hand, if somebody has an inflated ego, this is related to being fed compliments constantly, and they become addicted to hearing all the positive things that people have to say about them. So much so that if they don't get positive feedback, then they're not happy. They're completely dependent on positive feedback from others. And we have to learn to not take the comments, positive or negative, that people say about us, let us define who we are as people. In order to change the addiction that we have to approval from others, we need to change the way we think. In order to get an attitude of not seeking approval, you just have to not care anymore, which sounds a lot easier than it actually is. However, Instead of seeking approval through following what everybody else is doing, you need to do your own thing and do the things that will make you happy so that you can think outside of the box. This will help you to become your own person and give you the confidence that you can be great without anybody else's approval. For example, you could make a YouTube video, you could paint, you could work on some killer dance moves. Whatever it is you choose, it needs to be something that you love to do, or that at least challenges you to become better or the best version of yourself. For me, it took me 15 years to figure this out. I tried singing, I tried dancing, I tried drawing, I tried poetry, and I tried writing until I found what gives me the most satisfaction is painting and making YouTube videos. And it's funny because these are the two things that I thought I could never do that. Because these are the two things that caused me the most anxiety when I thought about myself doing them. And so I never tried. Until one day I just pushed myself to try. So I encourage you to try the things that you think that you could never do, because that will probably end up being the thing that you are best at, that you put the most effort into, and that you will get the most back from, because it challenges you at a highly advanced level. So it's worth it, especially for self-growth. And this will boost your confidence so that you will care less about what other people think about you. Law of attraction and controlling your thoughts can come into play here as well. When your mind starts to wander and think about, oh no, what are they gonna think about this? Or what are they gonna say? Just stop and think about all the reasons why you need to do what you are doing. For example, you're about to stick up for someone who's being bullied, and you're hesitant to, but you have that not feeling in your stomach that you have to do this. You only have a limited time to react to this. You need to think, I need to do this for me. I'm doing this to stay true to my values and myself. Or if you are about to put up a video or express your opinion and you're hesitant to, you need to think about, I'm doing this to make me happy. I want to feel heard and listened to. I'm going to feel fulfilled from this. Or you could tackle each negative thought one by one, such as, oh no, so-and-so is going to think I'm crazy if I post this video. Let this thought come to you and respond to it as, well, maybe I am a little bit crazy. But what great person throughout history wasn't a little bit crazy? Because every great person throughout history became great because they thought outside of the box. They brought new ideas to the table and new perspectives that they believed in. Everybody has their own idea of what is normal, and it's probably not going to be the same idea as what you think is normal. It's formed through their external environment that they're raised in, and that becomes their idea of normal because that's what they're used to. So not many people are going to fit into your idea of normal, and likewise. So be who you are, be who you want to be, and you will always feel happy about it. If you don't, you will have regrets, and you will have this internal feeling of not being fulfilled, because you are not being true to who you are. A lot of people do the opposite. They're people pleasers, and this can be detrimental to your feeling of inner fulfillment, because you're going out of your way to fulfill other people's needs, but nobody cares about your needs. So you will always feel this uncomfortable knot and feeling of emptiness. This is not staying true to who you are, and this is not you fulfilling your own needs. This is going to eat away at you, and especially if you're conforming to what you think people will like, and you can lose yourself along the way. You need to do things because you want to do them, and say things because they're meaningful to you. You may get some weird reactions and responses, but that's the interesting thing about life. You are able to push the boundaries, and you're able to see how people truly feel about who you are. At first, it might be a culture shock to the people around you, but if they truly care about you, they're going to accept you for who you are. And there's no better feeling than being accepted for who you are. Just a side note, there will always be those negative human beings that always point out the flaws in life. These people have a very narrow frame of thought, and can't see the bigger picture in life, which one might say that the bigger picture being that this is a temporary experience. For example, one day we do all die, and so we need to appreciate every moment as if it's our last. Whereas these negative people dread every moment that they're existing. For some reason, they treat this life as if they're in it forever, and every moment they only see the negative in it. I feel so bad for these people. But just a word of advice, try to stay away from these messages of negativity. Don't reread them or look into them too much, because it's probably not an accurate description of who you actually are, which is a great human being. So if you see a comment that is negative, just let it go, just walk away. Never look at it again. If someone's saying something negative to you in person, you have to label it as insignificant to you so that your conscious mind doesn't hold on to it and label it as important. Or simply just tell the person that you don't appreciate what they're saying or that it hurts you. You're the only person that's going to advocate for you in this life. And you need bravery and you need strength in order to honor yourself. Eventually, you finally get to the point where you don't give a shit about what anybody else thinks or says about you. This seems to happen as you get older and as you get wiser. You realize that life is short and that people are going to say something to you regardless if what you're doing is making them happy or not. People will always comment about what you're doing. So do what you want to do anyways. Don't hide, don't conform to what you think that people will like, because you are not living up to the values that you have for yourself. And your values is something that you have to have a really good grasp on, and it's something that you really have to understand about yourself. Who are you? Who do you want to be? What makes you happy? What do you believe? What do you value? Kindness, compassion, bravery. I value pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, especially in public, because I like to see how people respond to what I'm doing or what I'm saying. And I hope that I inspire others to be themselves, especially in front of other people. So for example, if you dance awkwardly in front of other people in public, it might be a little bit weird at first, it might be a little bit tough, but over time, you get comfortable in what you're doing, and it gets easier, and you actually start to enjoy it. Anything that you do that is your true self trying to shine through, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable at first. Everything in life gives you a little bit of discomfort at first, but when you keep doing it, you get comfortable and you feel so good about it. It's like when you master a task, and at first you're really nervous about it, but eventually you become a master, you become an expert. When you are finally able to be your true self, you're going to inspire others to be their true self. You are going to be authentic, authentically you, and people are going to be drawn to you because of this. And there is nothing more fulfilling than being appreciated for your true self. You are definitely going to hit some bumpy roads though. You're gonna hit a mudslide, fall, and slide down a hill sometimes. But these are mistakes, and you learn from them. That's all that we have to say today. Thank you so much for watching, and stay humble and keep it real.